Good morning, everybody. It's the first snow of the season was last night. Very exciting. Man, it has been a phenomenal morning. I don't know what has happened, but these last 3 days have just been, everything's been clicking. I don't know why. I don't know what's happened, but we're having a good time here. Ooh. Make sure the camera doesn't fly over. We got the new plunge yesterday. We set that up. It took about an hour and a half of siphoning out the old tub, putting the new thing in. The tub that I went with is the cold pod. I got the XL version. It was about $155. It's on sale right now at Amazon. Man, is it good? It's real good. So what originally, the first plunge that I went into long time ago, when I was at college, my roommate and I at the time, before my powerlifting competition, we went to college at St. Mary's in Lexington Park, St. Mary's College, Maryland, and we went to the river when it was like in December, because that's when my competition was in December. It was the Winter Fall Classic, and we did that one, and that was cold. That was really cold. No idea what the water was, but it was moving. It was frosty. It was chilly. So it was pretty hardcore. We sat in that thing for about 5 to 6 minutes. We watched the Yes Theory video on Wim Hof, so we were like real motivated to do it. Had nothing to do with overall recovery, but you know, it was very frigid. But the next plunge that I've done after that was on December 18th last year. So 2023, a couple weeks ago, and that was in the pod, the ice pod, I think. The pod.com, they sell the chiller and pod thing. My best friend bought one, and the second he bought it, I was like, well, I got to do it, you know, no ifs, ands, or buts. We're gonna go over there and we're gonna do it. Went over there, did it, fell in love with it immediately. Was like, this is fantastic. And since he does it and I do it, we kind of motivate each other to do it every single day. You know, highly recommend if you have someone in your life that you can, you know, do this stuff with, to kind of push you to go a little harder, do this and that. It makes life a lot easier. A lot of the time I'm just doing it by myself, so it's nice to have a little motivation in that sphere. But the pod is basically like you sit down in it, and that's not necessarily what I wanted. I wanted to have one where I could lay back, kind of like a tartar metal container, or like something, or like the tub I had originally from Lowe's. Just something that I could lay back in, so I could do back of the head dunks and everything, which I'm now kind of getting over my overall qualm with dunking my head in. But story short, my tub cracked, had to buy a new one, bought the cold pod, the XL. It's humongous, and it was hands down the best cold plunge experience I've had to date. It was fantastic. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievably roomy. I had plenty of room around me. The headrest was comfortable, and I had enough room around me to do a behind the head dunk. It was excellent. It was everything that I possibly could have wanted in the plunge. There's snow everywhere, right? So last night it got really cold. It was like 22 degrees for like a couple hours last night. When I woke up and I checked the thermometer in my plunge, it was too cold to even, like, it was below like the mark. So I have no idea what temperature it was in that thing. All I know is it was super cold. I'm gonna say if it's that cold, it's probably, it wasn't frozen. I have a pump inside of it moving water, so it doesn't freeze on the surface, which I think is good. I like it a lot, but that water, probably like 32.5 degrees. I can't imagine it gets colder than that with running water. Like, everything that I've looked up, like, yes, you can have running water that's colder than 32, I think, but I don't know. I'm just gonna go with 32.5. That's like the average now. So when I get into it, it's like 0 degrees Celsius or 1 degree Celsius, one or the other. Maybe it's moving. It was that temperature, because when the water got on the ground outside after I got out of that plunge, I tell you, it fucking froze. It froze immediately. But, you know, felt great. I have never shivered that hard after a plunge. Got out, went into the bathroom, turned on all the heaters. Cold, hands were cold, extremities were freezing. definitely the most hardcore plunge I've had, but the feeling afterwards was tremendous. I loved it. I feel great right now. I feel unbelievably good. So we're gonna go in, we're gonna crush some arms. That is on the agenda for today. It's like Christmas, you know? Like I said last time, love training arms. We're gonna go in, have a little bit of a different approach this time. I think we're gonna burn out the triceps. Oh, quick little sip. Problem with these talks is that I have the Celsius in my hand, I get comfortable talking, and I just don't drink it. Ooh. We got like an orange one this morning. That's really good. Excuse me. We got arms on the agenda. So we're gonna start out with some like cross body extensions, you know, try to get everything warmed up. Then we'll probably go to a press down kind of movement, just to throw some weight around. And then we might do like a reverse grip, just kind of get all the heads. That's really the goal of my training nowadays, is just to activate, you know, I'm doing biceps, activate all the heads, triceps, activate all the heads. And then when we flip over to biceps, I'm probably gonna do a very similar thing, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do to like burn out my biceps before going into like a heavy movement like that. I might just do what I normally do on biceps. And again, everything's subjected to change. If I go in there and I don't really feel like doing the things, like if I don't have ability to do the cross body stuff to warm up my triceps, then it's like, I'm gonna have to do something different, and I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. So again, that's the best part about all this lifting stuff, is like there's no real set plan. It's just go in, get a pump, feel good, get that little bit, get those extra couple percentages on our, what was I saying? What am I talking about? I was talking about like, what are those games called? Like Skyrim, like open world, man, I can't think of the name. Can't think of the name. 2 more seconds to think about it. It's not LARP. It's live action role play. But like Dungeon Master? No. Whatever. You know what I mean. I know you know what I mean. Maybe everybody else doesn't. But yeah, in our video game of life, we're pushing forward. Just a couple percentages today. Maybe 1% higher of our goal. Doesn't matter though, we're getting our upgrades. I can't believe I can't think of the name of that. Whatever. I gotta say, the roads are not that bad. I was really hoping the roads would be bad so I could work from home today. But I think they're alright. It's gonna start snowing at 1 o'clock today though, so probably gonna get home, leave home a little bit earlier today. Expecting the roads to freeze. But you know, we'll see. I'm not really too worried or prone to not go driving when the weather's a little bit bad, because it's really not that bad. Like, we got to get the work done. We got to hit the gym. Also, new development. Did the bath last night. Went to bed like 10:30. Got like 7 hours of sleep. I feel great. I woke up at 5:30 naturally. I was good. I was ready to go. I woke up a little bit early. I woke up like 5 minutes early. Like, I'm feeling real good. I don't know what I've done, but we're in a good state. We're in a good state. The plunge is becoming just second nature at this point. I gotta tell you though, that thing was freezing this morning. Getting in that thing, like the water went actually all the way up to my chin because I felt it a little bit too high, but it didn't rush over, which is super nice. Ooh, I do got a caveat with the cold pod. When it gets really cold outside, and I think these probably all of them have this. I can't imagine one, because it's like, it has nothing to do with like the design, but like you fill the headrest with air, right? Get a real comfortable, you know, laying back position on the head. Feels really good. But I believe when it gets cold out, it loses air. And I think that has to do with physics or something. Like, it's cold, everything contracts. So like, yeah, I don't know. It's not a vibe. I had to pump it up this morning. It's not the end of the world, but you know, what are you gonna do? Man. I'm feeling good though. I'm feeling real good. No one's at the gym. huge hype. I'm hoping that there's no music playing, because if there's no music playing, then I can talk to you guys. I've been enjoying the AirPod thing. We put the AirPod in, you know, talk around it and everything. I know, very Sam Sulek template, but again, it's a killer template, you know? I'm never gonna apologize for, you know, copying a template that just works incredibly well, you know? Like, he's definitely the king and the OG of doing it. He started something new, a more, you know, one-to-one kind of just honest and transparent experience. But it's good. I enjoy it. It's easy to edit. I'm a busy guy, like I said in my video a couple days ago. It's hard to do daily uploads, and this is a pretty good formula, so I'm enjoying it. But if I could talk while doing it, I feel like I could get a little bit more out, a little bit more explanation of what's going on here. I like talking throughout my things. Ooh, it is dark in there, very dark. Ooh, we got some camera explosion right there. Come on, man, move out of the way. Man, it is, this parking lot has not had any work done to it. Hopefully we will be good. We're not gonna be slipping and sliding around in here. Seems like we're gonna be all right. Fingers crossed, no music. If there's music, then you will just see me hitting my first working set. All right, I'll see you in there. All right, it's not bad. I'm trying to warm up in here. It's cold. It's really, really, really cold. But we'll do some of these cable cross kind of situation thingamabobbers. Just trying to get a really nice squeeze on everything. Get the body warmed up. Because typically I'm just in here like cranking the weight down, throwing it, being really aggressive with it. But today we're trying to warm up everything, kind of how like we do legs. A lot of hypertrophy beforehand, and then really cranking that out. So. Not bad, not bad. Still kind of light, so I think we're gonna increase the weight, do 2 more sets, and then we'll move on to something else. All right, not bad. Had a bit of a problem gripping on the ball on that. Been using lotion on my hand every morning, trying to get rid of that like dry coldness and everything. But yeah, you know, we're trying to do that straight arm, straight down kind of situation. Really crank it out, throw some weight around. Hopefully it'll force me to have better form, more strict form. Way to better bang for buck on this. couldn't go as much as I wanted to go. But we're gonna try to burn out with something. I wanna do something that's like single arm, but there's this new thing that I want to try. It's one of these little things. Putting 2 in, kind of just pulling it outward. I was gonna do it reverse grip. My wrists are feeling kind of funky with the cold weather. So hopefully this will deliver what we want it to deliver. All right, I'm trying a different grip out, more of a thicker handed one. The D grip's over there, but my gym's got these really nice thick grips. I'm trying to get more of a forearm kind of activation with it, and just the squeeze is feeling a little bit better. I'm trying to switch up things a little bit. Don't keep it always the same. Yeah, probably do one more set of that. We're gonna go into, I don't know, I kind of want to go into some type of concentration drill, and I might do that on a cable. I don't know yet. I need to decide. I need to figure it out. We're gonna do one more set of that. Or move on to something else. So those are pretty good. I think I'm gonna stick with those for a bit of time. I might just finish out the entire rest of the biceps at that, you know? I don't know, yeah, another 10 minutes, maybe. Just crank it out. I usually like to hit all the heads, but that feels really good. So we're gonna hit like 6 more sets. 6 more sets, I mean, it's fucking stupid. Like 3 more sets, maybe 2 more sets, and then we'll see how we're feeling. do one more set of that. Arms got 2 minutes out. We got like 6 minutes left before I need to start changing. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some hammer curls, really polish it out. But I'm blown away, dude. Like these Boohoo Man medium shirts, oversized, arms are starting to fill them out. So like I said, every percentage adds up. So, all right.
Yo, I thought they moved the van. Nah. Let's go. I thought they moved it. I can't even see it from here. I can't see it.
All right, that was a pretty good workout, dude. Like I said, our arms are starting to fill out these shirts, dude. Never in a million years would I ever imagine that. I've never had big arms, so it's kind of crazy. My arms are not big by any means. By any means are they big, but they're big for me right now. So let's take a look at what we're dealing with here. Ooh. Definitely got some size going on there. Ooh. How to turn like that. This makes it straight. It's kind of weird because the angle. So if I'm looking over here, is, you know. All right. It's not bad, man. A lot of exposure going on here right now. We can turn it down a little bit more. See how freaky we can get. Ooh, look at that. Too dark. We're definitely feeling it though. When we're double by for the space like this, let's see how it goes. And one of these puppies. Sorry, I'm a little nonverbal there. All right, man. It's pretty good. Let's going on here? Some new stretch mark tears going on right there, if you can see it. You can really see it right there. It's like right there. Nah, what are you gonna do? All right, get these headphones out of here. That was a pretty good workout, I gotta say. Not the best workout. The last 2 workouts I've had have been just mint, all the way mint. Can't get over it. Pumps have been crazy, and I don't even really know what I'm doing differently. You know, maybe it's just all starting to click now. It's starting to give me some good results here. It's a little dark in here. Let's kind of turn it up. Just get it to 0, at least, just so we can see what's going on here. You know, but you know, biceps are definitely getting bigger. Definitely feel it. So, you know, can't complain on that. So what do we got to do for the rest of the day? The rest of the day, it is snowing outside. It's shit outside, but I'm going to do my damnly darned hardest to drive into the office and get some work done. Let's bring it back a couple. So hopefully we don't crash on the side of the road. Hopefully the highways aren't that bad. But we're going to go in, get some work done. It's supposed to snow pretty extensively around like 1. So hopefully we can be back home by then. Typically in the work days, I'm getting some cardio done, some sauna in, but I'd rather be home. My girlfriend doesn't have work today, and since I'm an entrepreneur, or unemployed, as you might say, I gotta get some work done. But also, if I can go home and hang out with her a little bit earlier, then I'm happy, you know? I gotta say though, that cold plunge was something else this morning. Something else. Pretty intense, you know? Really can't. Man, dude, we're looking a little beefy here, dude. Sorry, just gotta take a second. That's I'm not used to it, man. I've been a skinny guy, been a little dude for a while. When I got into the whole like modeling stuff, like junior year of college, so like 2 years ago, everybody was like, "You're too big, gotta slim down." I really took that to heart. So all that work that I did, all of that output, basically what I'm saying is, I allowed others to dictate my life. Now, you know, if you have a loving wife, you have good friends, you know, sometimes they will direct you in the right way. You could say that is dictating your life, but there's a difference between dictating your life to do the right thing and to have a good circle, and then there's another area of dictating your life to appease others. And I was appeasing others and took a lot of time off the progress chain here. You know, all I can say is that, you know, if you're really passionate about something and you're really enjoying it, and all it is doing is improving yourself, and someone else comes in and tries to manipulate and dictate what you're doing, to take you away from your goals, to develop a new goal for you, you know, that's not really necessarily yours, but it's like fabricated, don't listen to it. Keep to what you're doing. You're killing it. You're crushing it. Don't let anybody take that away from you. Because I let that fire, I let that be taken away from me. And you know, no worse feeling than to be on the brink of success and allow someone to stop you. Allow someone to go, "Hey, take a left turn," even when you're only 50 meters away. Take a left turn. This is going to be good too. Is it going to be good? In my opinion, at this point in my life, if you're passionate about something and you love doing something, and there's something else you can be doing that you could also be passionate about it, balance it within your life. Don't stop doing the one thing. Keep it going. Figure out how to implement it into your life. And if it becomes too stressful and too hard to do, on top of the other things that you love to do, maybe you shouldn't do it, you know? I love music. Music is something that I've grown to love very much. music doesn't come in the way of my fitness. You know, I do my fitness in the morning, I get my job done, I play music at night, I go to bed. I figured out how to intertwine that into my life, which I really love. When I was doing the modeling thing, that was taking over for what I truly love to do, which was being in the gym, lifting, self-improvement, discipline, and it didn't work. It's just how it is, you know? There's other situations in life where it can work, you know? Maybe you go from bodybuilding and you go into combat training, or you go into running marathons. That's a completely different avenue, you know? It's still within your goals, it's still within fitness, it's just a new thing, you know? But it's not something that is necessarily taking you away from your driving factor. If I were to go into an Ironman, combat training, any of the sort, I'm still with myself, pushing myself. When I was doing the modeling thing, it was get smaller, get leaner, take away from all the other goals that I've had in my life and put it onto something new, which in turn, I lifted less, I got smaller, lost a lot of progress, didn't work out. So, you know, a lot of things in life can be different, a lot of situations can be different, but for me, that was a bad situation. And sometimes in life, you know, you gotta be able to learn, you know? Sometimes, you know, someone can say, hey, watch out for this. And sometimes, you'll listen. You'll say, hey, he told me to look out for this, she told me to look out for this, it's looking me right in the face. And then you got a decision you have to make. Other times, it can be right, gobsmack, right in your face. All the points, all the precursors, that this is not the right thing to do, and you do it anyways. It's life, shit happens, you know? And at the end of the day, if you do go down that route, which the majority of everybody does, how are you gonna come back from it, you know? I did not take it very well. I went through a situation of drinking. Playing music was healthy. That was a good therapy for me because it allowed me to take myself out. But with that, drinking, you know, smoking weed, neither of those are bad things. But to a point of excess, moderation, you gotta be able to have those things on lock. Moderation is a sense of discipline. If you are not disciplined enough to have moderation into the vices that you enjoy, you probably should take a step back. You know, I was drinking every night, no moderation. I was smoking every day, no moderation, you know? It took a year to be able to develop the overall moderation, or I guess the discipline of moderation with that, you know? So now, on the weekends, I'll have a glass of whiskey because I enjoy it. It reminds me of things that I enjoy. It acts as a reward. I go through the week, maybe 2 weeks, nothing, you know? Nicotine. I was big into Zins, big into vapes, like we all were, you know, in my generation, and none of that. I'll have a cigar on the weekend sometimes, you know, as a reward. Smoking weed, I've kind of taken a step back away from that because I do believe that smoking weed can mess up your circadian rhythm. However, after a show, you know, after a good workout, hanging out with friends, hit the doobie, you know? If you're comfortable with it and you're cool with it, you know, moderation though. Moderation. Same thing with everything, you know, even with food and bulking. You know, I'm eating a large quantity of food. I can't say that word, a large quantity of food, right? But I can't go over that number. It's moderation. 4,200 calories. That's it when I cut, you know, whatever that's going to be, 35, 3,200 calories. Don't go above that. Everything in life can be equated to discipline. Everything can be equated to moderation. Balance. If you can find balance within the things that you love, the goals that you set, and the vices that you have, you will be a much more well-rounded person at the end of the day, and you will be happier. I promise you. I promise you. Again, it's different from everybody else. You know, I'm speaking my truth. Might not be the same for everybody. But for me, through moderation, through discipline, through not letting my vices take over my life, it's been a pretty good month. So we're gonna get in the car, we're gonna go get some work done, and we're gonna hopefully get in that sauna.